special football
episode.
We're first time we're recording
in Tacloban, guys, out of town.
Oh,
and today we have a very, very special guest. Two guys from Futbol for Life.
We're not that special.
Oh wait, before we do it, this is Yabs.
This is Ida.
And this is Futbol Talk.
Okay. It's cheer. Okay.
And we're here with two of our friends from Futbol for Life. Is Marko and XP. A little bit something about you guys. Marko.
What is there to say? I'm a foreign guy in Tacloban. I love football to local people.
Ooh, and one of our friends here, Mr. XP. We call him XP.
Call me XP. My real name is Christian.
It's Christian.
And, I'm an architect in Manila, but here I am a social worker.
Oh, okay.
Social worker by day.
Party by day.
Socialite by night.
Oh, I think that's the better term. So, what are we going to talk about?
Of course,
today?
we're going to talk about Futbol for Life. So it's a very interesting approach that they've done
We're not
here.
going to talk about Real Madrid being knocked out in the Champions League.
Oh, we can talk about that.
We want to talk about that
because we're two Barcelona fans here.
Okay.
So.
No.
Let's go back
Yes,
to let's go back to Futbol for Life. So, would you like to tell us about how you started it and what's it all about?
This is all you, Marko. You started it.
Christian, why?
I just came here late.
You just came here.
So Futbol for Life is a intervention using sport, in this case obviously football,
Yes.
as a way to support children affected by Haiyan, to offer psychosocial support through play, through enjoying the game, through having regular sessions, and hopefully joining a football team. So we're trying to build back some sense of unity and organising games for them. The project started in July 2014.
So it was just last year.
Yes.
Right after the typhoon.
Yeah, so about 6-7 months after Typhoon. Obviously, football itself isn't great in emergencies, but as a tool for restoring a sense of purpose, as I said, it's really sort of powerful for kids to have fun and play, and really that's what we've been doing for the last 9 to 10 months.
Yes. So, who are involved in Futbol for Life? Is it apart from you and your
I'm not really involved. I mean, really. So we have Christian, who sort of works with us from the project coordination side. So we do most of our work on a laptop, sorting out the operations. But really, the main people involved are local coaches from Tacloban.
Oh, so you tapped in the local coaches.
Yes, exactly. So when we came here, we met with the LFA, the Lake Football Association,
all right.
and they're the ones that signposted us to their local coaches. And slowly, we've been sort of working with these coaches. But the big thing for us, really, I think, to make clear is with Futbol for Life. Our aim is not really to make great football players. I mean, if we can unearth talent and we can motivate kids to be great.
Extra.
Exactly.
The next Asgos and the next Malditas.
Yeah.
Oh. So, how's your first week here in Tacloban?
Christian, how was your first week?
My first week came a few months after the project already started. So I got here, and the first thing that I saw was the seminar that Marko was organized. Well, he organized it already, and it's already happening. It was a training seminar for the coaches. It's in partnership with Coaches Across Continents, which is a great NGO. So they brought in some coaches here, and they trained our coaches about sports for social impact. So it's basically using sport as a tool to teach things like gender equality and the kids having a voice, or about sex education and
So it's
the
not
environment.
really about football. It's more like
It's
the
using
social
football,
side.
to impart
To
social
bridge,
impact.
to bridge
Exactly.
certain social issues, right?
Yes.
So it's more by experience.
So, how was the reaction of the kids at first? Because football isn't really.
Yeah, so obviously Christian's first week here, where everything was organized. There were coaches here, there were sessions.
Yeah.
My week was slightly more hectic. But when we started, I think it's funny because I think what we notice is the young kids, the really sort of, I guess, grade 2, grade 3, they were really enthusiastic and they really sort of took to it. They were very excited. It was a new game. And I don't know how they played before, but it was just something they seemed to be naturally sort of good at, skillful. And yeah, the reaction since has been very, very positive, despite there being a lot of basketball courts and not football courts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Americans.
Yes, we do.
Americans.
So what are the first challenges? Did you encounter them?
Yes, I
It's a
think
lot.
I think the first challenge for us, sort of me not knowing Tacloban, not really being aware, is sort of we wanted to really tap the communities that had been really badly affected. So it was trying to secure a safe space, trying to coordinate times. So we started working with some schools. So we started after schools. And I think the biggest challenge was really trying to inform that message that football is really something that can be taught over time, and we want to do something long term. So
More of a long-term project.
for us, we really wanted to be, because we don't.
So you're staying here forever.
The footballers, we hope.
Christian, you're
The
staying here
people may not
forever.
stay here forever, but the program
Christian,
is.
are you staying here
we
forever,
wanted to be
Christian?
here.
We'll miss you too
We
much.
shall see. I know everyone misses me in Manila.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yes, we'll see what happens in the next few weeks.
So this is going to be a long-term investment also.
I mean, we hope ideally to we can kind of lay the foundations, and then the local coaches that we train and the communities that we develop, that it can stay in the communities. That's really the main thing, and I think there's already a strong football network here in Tacloban. So it's really how can we support that existing network, and also at the same time encourage kids just to play more sports. If they like basketball.
Bring sense of normalcy after
Exactly. Yes.
everything
Yes.
that's happening.
Just there's a lot of children here, but sometimes maybe there isn't a lot of childhood in terms of play and where they can have fun. So that's the main activity for us that we
For
try.
football. That's a good goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have any like interesting stories, anecdotes?
Yeah.
What interesting?
You have a lot.
About what? About the program.
Not about the partying, but about the
No,
program.
interesting. Well, it's not really one instance, but maybe the most interesting would have to be meeting the kids themselves. Like, because me, I'm stuck in the office the whole day. I'm just, emailing people or calling people or whatever, and then you go to the site and then you meet the kids. You don't really. I mean, I'm not a coach, so I'm not really there to teach them. I'm just there. I'm just standing by watching them play.
To take pictures.
But sometimes, but then eventually you started playing with the kids, just with the very little football knowledge that I have. I mean, I tried playing with the kids who were not really part of the big group, just kids around there. So eventually they came to know me. When I come there, they say hi to me. Hey, they call me coach. They call me coach. Hey coach, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe the most interesting is that there's this really little girl that is always ordering me around. Like, hey, play with me, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. And then she was always this really spunky girl. And then after a while, like recently, I just came to the place, and then she told me in Boray, but I understood a little bit of it because it's a little bit related.
No, this is not X-rated.
No, she said, it's so good that you're here, that you came. And I'm like, I'm like, that's, you never expect those kind of things, to hear those kind of things. So, and it's basically just because I played with her whenever I can, whenever I come to the
some
site.
sort of human interaction.
With the kids. That's probably one of the most interesting part.
Wow.
The small little.
Small things.
things.
It's never any of the big things that like
Just small things.
It's just the small things that you notice, and then like
And I think the other thing that we actually took some kids to the Thirsty Cup in Cebu, and we heard stories of when they were staying in a hotel to go one floor. They all waited for the elevator because most of them had never used the elevator before. So it's
even the
small
vending
things like
machine
that.
as well. And they would like, oh coach, can you please? One of our volunteers, she was getting something from the vending machine, and all the kids were like crowding around her. And, can you please buy me this from the vending machine? Because It was their first time to see a vending machine. I mean, those kind of things you just you take for granted. And then these
Especially in
kids,
cities,
you
right?
bring them to another city and they've never seen an elevator, they've never seen a vending machine, and for them it's a whole new experience. It sort of broadens their horizon a little bit because they've always been living in the same small community, just in their barangays, and then you bring them somewhere and then it's a totally different experience for them. The very small things.
You
as
open them up.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's also part of the experience that we bring to them. It's opening up their mind to new experiences, which is maybe as simple as just bringing them to another city to compete
right?
in a
And who would have
competition.
thought that football would be
Yeah.
able to do that for them?
Yeah.
Why, personally, why did you come over?
Marko.
I'm feeling the fifth year, no?
You first. You came from farther than Manila. You came from England and stuff.
No, I mean, actually, I was in Manila when Yolanda happened, and I was in Manila actually. I was doing consulting for another NGO, again using football to help kids. So we had a lot of meetings lined up in Manila, and then of course when Yolanda happened, every single one of our meetings were cancelled, and then we were told that there's no point of even having follow-up meetings because all the attention is
Was in
focused.
Tacloban.
Yeah, so I decided that instead of focusing the projects maybe in Manila or other areas, we really have an opportunity, if you like, through this horrific tragedy, to do something for the kids. So when we met with UNICEF, they mentioned to us that they really want to do projects in Tacloban, and that's where the opportunity came to work.
Yeah. As for me, well, I was also in Manila when Yolanda happened, and that very night I was actually out partying somewhere in
You
Makati.
partying now?
Yeah.
Something new.
So then I woke up the very next day. I think a few days later I had to fly to Boracay because it's for work. I had to meet with a client there.
Work. Quote unquote work.
So I opened the television show, television show, the TV sets there, and I see all of these horrific images from, and then in Boracay as well, it was also affected by the typhoon. There was no electricity. The cell phone network were down as well. So in a certain way, I also experienced the effect of Yolanda, but at a very smaller degree compared to the one that happened
Right
here.
here.
So yeah, when I saw the videos, and then you see all the people who were, they were crying on TV, and they can connect to their family. So I've always wanted to come, but I've never had the opportunity. I was just starting out with my job in Boracay, so I really had to stick to that job. I mean, so I lived in Boracay for maybe 7 months or 8 months. Then I went back to Manila, and I had to go back to the same like hustle and bustle in Manila. The MRT, the work was really crappy and stuff. And then this guy,
Also, you
then
you
Marko
learned about it through Marko.
Yeah,
Right?
Marko contacted me on Facebook of all places, and he he asked me if I wanted to come over and do this job, and he sent me the job description, and I read it, and I thought it was right up my alley. It's about coordinating things. So my job before is project management, but it was in construction. So
more or
it's
less
still related. So I mean,
Project management.
yeah. So the reason is like basically I've always wanted to do something after what I saw, and then the opportunity was there. And the third one is I hated my job in Manila. So I was like,
Your boss is listening next week.
well, it's not so much a job, but it's also the hustle and bustle in Manila. You know what's happening with transportation there. I mean, it takes me about 2 hours just to get to my work.
Right,
In Makati. Not in Makati, it's in Mandaluyong actually. So it was really tiring, and then
It's an opportunity to
help to
and then be out of
get
your
out of the
comfort
city,
zone.
and do something that's actually that's a little bit related to my job as well. So that's why I came over.
Yeah.
So right now, what are the current projects or anything interesting happening?
Anything lined up for football for like any tournaments coming up or any camps?
Well, first there are
coming
the
up?
sessions all over the city. Well, before maybe a few weeks ago we had nine locations all over Tacloban. But right now, since school is out, most of our sessions are school based. So since the school is closed, we tried holding sessions there, but the kids just wouldn't come because they're out of school.
Summer.
They're a little bit out. Their houses are out of
Far out.
Yeah, they're a little bit far,
Farther out in
so
the
they
city.
couldn't come anymore. So we have 3 sessions right now, which are community based. So they're in
So the
in places
community
that
gets involved more, correct?
yeah, they live near
Near.
the places where the football is held, so that's why it's easier for them to come.
come
So
over.
those three are the ones that are being held right now. So and the other projects are
I mean, the main right now we finally got some jerseys for the kids. So now all the kids in our sessions have jerseys.
those are
that have their
customized
name.
jerseys, by the way. So they have their names at the back and
Oh,
a special number for each one. So
Yeah, so that's something now, and then we're going to be organizing a football festival hopefully after summer, because now there's a lot of activities actually being put on by the LFA. So there's a lot of clinics for kids. ASCALs are here now. I think this weekend.
All right.
Robinson's.
Yeah, we heard there's I think clinic tomorrow.
Yes, and I think
Coach
Christian,
Julie or something.
Coach Dooley's.
Christian will be first in line to stalk the players. I don't know.
I've already done it in Manila. I don't need to do it in Tacloban.
It depends
Actually,
which players
Yeah,
are.
it depends which players.
Yeah.
They have to start with the letter J.
So I don't think Football for Life can compete with the ASCALs. So we're letting the kids
Bigger
enjoy the
audience.
ASCALs.
Bigger audience, Marco.
But no, we're excited, and most exciting thing for us now is we hope to have some positive news in the next few weeks to see if we can continue with the project for another 6 to 9 months. Yes,
So it's more of like per month basis or a couple of months basis.
Yes, I mean, so
Money per year.
we'll see. We're speaking to our funders. We want to continue for the next 9 months, but we don't want to jump the gun. So we're cautious but very optimistic that we'll be here still.
Forever, Marco. As you said earlier, forever.
Although it doesn't seem so long until you start spending time like a relationship, right?
We're going personal.
So nothing's like
Good
forever.
lines. Good lines.
Nothing is forever
Nothing
now.
lasts forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break into song.
Yeah. So if someone from that's listening right now
Right.
wants to come over and
Get involved. How would-
even for like a few months basis, how are you open to having
do
people
you
come
contact you?
over?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing that we would say is check out the Facebook page, because of course everyone has a Facebook page. So
Yes. What's the Facebook account name?
check out, search for Football for Life, or if you want to be really specific, it's F the number 4 L and then CF Club Football. So F.
F4LCF.
CF.
So facebook.com/ and then you add the
The last,
URL.
that's the,
Number
that's the
4.
letters.
Yes.
All right.
CF.
So
Okay.
can you do it again for our listeners?
So F4LCF.
Okay.
Yes.
Contact Futbol for Life. If you
Or
want to
if-
get involved. Yeah.
Or if you're just too cool for Facebook, you can send us an email at f4l@fundlife.org.
Ooh, all right. So wow, that's a really.
Well, actually, as far
To Tacloban and stalk Christian. That's
if you know me, you
or
can
just
find
tweet,
me.
or just tweet Christian.
yeah. Just
Just-
look for the guy at 4 a.m. who's still in the bar.
No, I'm not. Yeah. But as far as volunteering, I mean, we've had some visitors here. Some friends of mine actually came over. You know,
Right.
some of them just went and then played with the kids. You know, just
Right.
interacted with the kids. And then we had a French Canadian couple who came over and sort of helped Marko with some things.
And we had a crazy Australian Jody who was here for 6 months volunteering with us, so
Yeah.
she's been amazing. So
Shout
we welcome
out to
volunteers.
Jody.
So yeah, just email us and we'll see. I mean, nothing is like formal, like we accept like
Alright.
coaches or whatever. Just email us and we'll see what we
So
can
you don't
do.
have to have a coaching license or,
No.
or football knowledge or
just
ex-soccer
a desire
player
to
or.
help.
Yeah, if you just want to help, you know.
So guys, if you want to help rebuild Tacloban,
Yeah.
Yes.
Tacloban,
Come
we've been
join
here
Futbol for
just
Life.
one day. It seems a pretty cool place, and
yes.
yeah, but we know we still
need your
have
help.
yeah,
Yes.
we have
Still
a lot
a city
to do.
in, you know, trying to
Yeah,
rebuild
trying to
itself.
rebuild.
Yes.
So it's just one way for you to help. So yeah, look for Football for Life.
Yes.
And look for Christian and Marko.
Sure.
Yeah, just shout, go in the middle of the street, shout,
out.
Christian.
Christian and Marko.
So yeah,
So yes, so that's it for this episode. A very special episode for football.
yeah,
Football
first
for Life. First ever.
out
It
of
is
town.
Out of town.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh,
are
wow.
our first one.
Yeah.
Out of
Okay.
town. And without JD and Icko.
Icko, oh yeah. Hi,
So you're
Jady.
Hi,
first,
Jady.
first in Tacloban, first
Yes.
about your 2 co-presenters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
who do they support? Do they support Real Madrid?
Yes. Well, one of them, JD is Icko. We don't know.
He's a closeted Barcelona.
Closeted Barcelona fan. Sayang.
Well, I'm a Bayern Munich fan, so I'm pretty sad about that. Bayern Munich and Real Madrid fan, so I'm disappointed.
Condolences.
I have no horse in this
Juventus and Barcelona.
competition.
Yeah.
But in defense of Ronaldo, who I don't really like so much, I did hear that he donated some large amount to the Nepal.
Yeah.
victims
Oh, yeah.
as
He's a
well.
humanitarian, which people tend to forget.
Yeah.
Because they love their
Narcissistic.
golden child.
Okay, let's
Okay,
not.
so-
Let's not go there. We will not go there. There will be some bottles flying here or something. Yeah.
Keep the peace.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, football for life.
Football for life. And then you can also contact us, futbol.ph at futbol.
PH. Okay.
POPH on Twitter or our Facebook. We now have a
Yeah,
Facebook account, so
Facebook,
look
yeah.
for futbol.ph.
Yep. We also have a YouTube account.
Oh yes,
Yes.
We just
We just
got
made one like a few seconds ago.
Yes,
Yep,
contact us if you have any questions, if you want to join Football for Life, or any questions for Football Talk for guests, or any features you'd like us to get into.
Yep.
Yeah, so this
Any
is
Real Madrid
yes.
fans out there who
Oh.
also want to commiserate with them? Yeah. Okay. So
So this
this is Ida.
this is
Football
Football Talk. Live
Talk.
Tacloban. Bye guys. Say bye guys.
Bye! Bye, Christian.